Hello, everyone. This is OK Martini with
Sophia.
and Sarah. This is like one of those like answering machine, like the voicemail you leave. We're not at home right now. Please leave a message after the podcast.
Like it's the automated, but it's like Sophia. Like you just add your
Sophia,
name.
yeah, you just add it in. It's like answering voicemail Mad Libs or something.
Yeah.
That could make a lot of money. So yeah, so as we said, Sophia and Sarah. I'm currently sick.
Yeah.
Sophia lives in a different city than I do, so and I've got the mic, so
Yeah, we're
we're
trying
very
to
professional. We're very
Yeah,
professional.
over the phone. Yeah, for sure.
It's awesome. So yeah, so who are we? Who are you? Who is everyone really?
Dude, no one knows. Like,
No one knows, man. That's it. That's
I don't even know. Like,
so But yeah, basically, me and Sophie were friends. We've known each other, I'd say, for like almost
Like
10
7
years. But we've been like friends for like a little. It's funny to like know each other and then become friends.
Yeah.
That's like such a weird distinction to make. But yeah, we've been friends for like how long now? How
I
long?
think 7 years.
7 years. Damn, that's a long time to be putting up with my bullshit. So.
Or maybe more even. But yeah.
But yeah, so pretty much we were friends in like middle school and high school, and like the beginning of high school I think is when we really began bonding. What was the reason? You said it was like because we were both in shit together.
Yeah, I think like our like anxieties kind of brought us together.
Yeah, we were at like the same level of anxiety, and it was like similar, so that just kind of was, I don't know, it just kind of, how would you describe it? It's sort of like attracted to one another, like the anxiety detector just started going off, like same.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I think so. Also, we were like in the same classes for a lot of stuff, and we just
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
started-
exactly. I think like we took art together. I think that was like where the purity of the friendship began, because like art was such a hard subject, like in terms of like the workload they gave you and the actual stuff that you had to do, and like yeah, and like you just took shit for like the dumbest reasons.
Exactly, like it was very difficult, but I guess we just found each other to cope.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think that just kind of like helped it. And yeah, and I think through like all the bullshit that happened in art, like it was just like a very sudden grow, let's say. Is that like a way to phrase it? That sounds like I'm talking about like a graph.
A very sudden grow, right?
A very sudden. Currently, was luckily I'm no longer like in the field of art.
Yeah, but some of us are still there, kind of.
Oh God, yeah. But yeah, no, like the thing is with like art, and I think like one of the reasons it caused so much anxiety for us is that like you kind of underestimate it. You're like, you say to yourself like, okay, yeah, it's still gonna be tough, but like, it's art. And then like when you do it, you're like, holy shit, I was so wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of work, and you have to think about, especially like in art, it's not like when you're a fine artist, you have to like explain everything. Like when you're like a fine artist, you don't really have to explain what you did and why you did that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but when you do it as a subject, you have to kind of explain and interpret every single detail.
Yeah.
Which I think is even harder.
Like, I mean, I'm studying medicine, and like, everyone, like, it's such a dumb comparison, like comparing like our subjects, because like I tell them, I'm like, you can't really compare it because first of all, they're two different subjects, and like you get way more work than I do.
It's because like
it's more practical, like your subject.
Yeah, exactly.
But like but even like studying stuff, like you're busy with like work and you have to study. Like if it was just like just one or the other, I'd kind of be like, okay, but like you got both of that to do.
Yeah, we have theory and practical. I mean, less theory, but Yeah, it's like, because you just have to, like, I can't learn this stuff in a textbook and do a test on it, kind of. I need to, like,
and you also
apply.
need that, like, added, like, we were talking about this before, I remember, like, you also need that added creativity, because, like, if you're not a creative person, you can't learn to be creative in your own way. Like, it's so difficult. Like, book smartness, like, some people are, like, book smarter than other people, but, like, it's just something that everyone can do, you know? It's like, it's easy. This isn't to say that, hey, if you have no talent, there's no way you can, like, be successful. Like, that's not that's not what we're promoting. But, you know, it's just like, because, like, you guys, like, you art students, you take a lot of shit, you know?
Yeah, you need to have a sense of, like, aesthetics and taste.
And it's, like, regarded as such an easy subject, like, sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, you do something artsy, and it's like, totally, dude. Like, you know, everything you see is probably, like, a graphic designer made that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, design, like, heavily influences everything, and, like, graphic design is, like, so broad. You need to have, like, a good sense of, like, literally everything.
Yeah, exactly. So
medicine, you just need to, you know, just try and learn how to keep people alive, even though that's kind of, like, bad for business, I will be honest. It's such a capitalistic profession.
Yeah, but at least, like, well, it's still
I know, like, it's pretty much like I'm saving someone's life, you know, whatever, like, depending the field you go in. But, like, you know, it's just, like, you know, when you talk about, like, medicine, like, the first thing people say, like, oh, like, do you know what you want to, like, major in? And that question, they don't care what you're interested in. They want to know, like, ooh, I wonder how much money he's gonna make.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, whenever people, they're like, oh, you should go into, like, they tell me you should go into, like, dermatology or, like, plastic surgery, you know, like, whatever. And I'm like, oh, but, like, I'm more interested in, for example, oncology or cardiology. And they're like, yeah, but you make so much money and it's, like, easier and better. And I was just like, it's so funny. Like, maybe it's just, like, an Iranian thing, you know, but it's I've also seen, like, other nationalities and cultures kind of have that too.
Yeah, for sure.
They're like, oh, you know, these people make a lot, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's kind of funny to me how it's, like, seen as such, like, a capitalist.
Yeah, even though, like, you just have the lives of people, like.
Yeah, and the thing is, improving their lives is bad for business. That's why I find it funny. Yeah,
it's like sometimes I think, like, maybe.
Continue. Sorry, my hand accidentally clicked when I reached over for my water bottle. Yeah, sorry, you were saying.
No, I'm saying that sometimes I wonder if doctors, like, prescribe stuff that actually isn't good for you.
Yeah, like, the 9 out of 10 dentists recommend Trident. Like, what's the 1 out of 10? Like, is he the guy who's like, no, this is bad for teeth, I'm not recommending it?
Yeah, like, it's
like, he's the only good doctor left. It's the reason it's not being recommended, because it just fucks people's teeth.
Yeah, exactly, like.
Speaking of toothpaste, this is the weirdest segue into, like, a conversation. Speaking of toothpaste, like, have you noticed how many different varieties of toothpaste are there? And I'm not talking brands.
Yeah, like, whitening, gel.
Yeah, like, it's so weird for me, because, like, and, you know, sometimes, like, the same company has, like, a range. Like, I don't understand. Is, like, the one with, like, the mix of, like, gel and foam or whatever the fuck it's called, like, is that better for my teeth than, like, you know, the plain one that you're advertising? Like, why are you selling that one if this one's better for my teeth? Like, is
yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, this one is, like good for your gums or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, why isn't the other one good for my gums? Is that, like, poor people?
Yeah,
like, is that poor people toothpaste? Like, I wonder what rich people, they probably just get, like, fresh teeth put in every day. I don't know, like, by the looks of this.
I don't. Yeah, they probably have veneers, but.
Yeah, that's more logical than having fresh teeth put in every day. Jesus.
Yeah, that would be inconvenient.
That would be painful. That would be. We've managed to successfully start talking about teeth toothpaste with a conversation that began with how we became friends, and then into art.
Yeah, this is just a normal conversation.
Yeah, this is like a good indication of like probably what the rest of these podcasts are going to be like. Like, even if we have like a specific scripted out topic, this will probably still happen.
Yeah, we will end up like rambling on about something else completely.
But then it's good. It's a very good thing because people will be like, oh, how did they get from that topic to another, like in conversation? And it will help them seem so much smarter with their friends because, you know, they're out with their friends. They're talking about, I don't know, Nutella. And then, like, you know, these fucking conversations we have out of nowhere, they spark a conversation about the Vietnam War. And the other people are like, what? And they're like, listen to the OK Martini podcast and you'll get it. You see? So, like, we're doing a public service here.
Dude, yeah, we're gonna help people change their conversations.
Change their conversations. We're gonna help people
for the better.
Be alienated from their friends, from any conversation.
Yeah, their friends
ever.
are just gonna be like, what is
But yeah, this is pretty much what I think like the podcasts are gonna be like. Since this is our first one and we've never actually done anything like this ever.
Yeah, like this genuinely our first try, like.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I really love there was this like period when I actually listened to podcasts on commutes way more than I listened to music, and like I listen to music even when I have to like listen to other people speak, you know. So like for me, but like the podcasts were more like the BBC podcast. I think I may have like sent you a few like quite like a few years back, like the philosophy ones, just learning about stuff, and then like I discovered Bon Appetit magazine's podcast, and I was like, oh, this is like so cool. And then like I found like Night Vale and Serial and a whole bunch of other podcasts, and then so like I've always like had this like love for podcasts. You know?
Same. Like sometimes you just don't feel like listening to music, and you just wanna like, but you also don't feel like watching something.
Yeah.
So you just put on a podcast. Like
sometimes like it's so perfect. Like I mean, like recently we were talking about like Curtis Connor's podcast. Also, I think what may have like very strongly prompted us to like actually do this podcast thing is like some of our favorite YouTubers like have podcasts.
Yeah.
So we were like, why not? You know.
Yeah, whatever like happens.
Yeah, like I mean, I was listening to Curtis Connor's podcast, and I love that guy. He's so funny. He's part of Sophie's Clout now. For those of you who don't know.
No one knows.
No one knows. It's like the vaguest thing. But Sophie made this video comparing Curtis Connor to Michael Cera, and it literally like the first video he uploaded, like after like we sent him that Sophie's joke, like he began his video by saying, oh, like I look like Michael Cera, and he either used like the same picture or like a picture from the same event or something.
Yeah.
It was cool. But yeah, and I was listening to him, and he's a really funny guy. But this podcast is him just like going off. Like
yeah.
Like I really like it though, because like it's genuinely funny, and like he doesn't know, it feels like he has no idea what he's talking about. Like he starts the podcast and he's like, okay, dudes.
Kind of like us though. Like we had like a prompt, but we're kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, it's, like, easier to talk naturally, which is, like...
Yeah,
I guess that's the only way you can talk. Like, what's unnatural speaking? Hi, girls.
Hi, stutter. I was about to say, like, stutters.
Stutters. Hi, girls. What are you girls up to tonight? There are going to be some memes that some of you may get and laugh your ass off. There are some that you guys will not get and you'll never get because... There's certain information we will not make public, but feel free to tell us with any conspiracies you have or anything about what the fuck we're talking about. So let us know. We love conspiracy theories too.
Dude.
More than me.
Yeah. I even believe in some very stupid ones.
Honestly. Yeah, I get these like messages from her like I don't know where she was like, dude, this is actually serious. I'm like, okay, what's up? Tell me. And she's like, I really do think Ted Cruz is the Zodiac. And I'm like, what?
No, there's this artist.
Okay.
Sol Levitt. And
Yeah.
he was a minimalist artist, like minimalism.
Yeah.
I think he's the Zodiac Killer.
What? Why?
Dude, I'm not. He looks similar, and he, like.
Was he there at the time?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
He was.
You sound like he's holding a gun to your head, making you say this.
Okay, I don't actually believe this, but like they look similar. Like from the sketch we have in the Zodiac Killer, they look similar, and they were like working at this same, like around the same time, like 70s, you know.
Damn. That's a new one. I've not heard that one actually.
Like Ted Cruz, okay, he was like a baby when this was happening, you know what I mean? So like,
yeah,
you know, this can't be it, but like.
Damn right, but yeah. We should also talk about conspiracies at some point. Like,
yeah, even stupid ones you can just say like this is
exactly. And but yeah, what are our interests? What are things that like we can like sort of give an idea? Like, I know one thing that both of us like really want to talk about is movies, so I'm pretty sure that like we're gonna have like a shit ton of like movie talks or like, you know, movie reviews or like movie reviews.
Yeah,
so,
for sure. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot. And, like, I know, me, myself, actually, like, both of us are into this stuff. We love movies. We love reading. That's such a weird thing to say.
Yeah, because it's also, like, a very normal thing. Like,
yeah,
reading.
we like movies, we like books. Of course, like, when people say that, they mean particular kinds, not, like, I read, like, anything with, like, words in it. Like, you know, like, I read receipts in my spare time.
Dude, my favorite genre of reading.
My favorite genre of literature. Looking at my bank account. I love futuristic horrors, man.
Dude, I love, like, crime, mystery.
Yeah, crime, mystery. Agatha Christie is, like, one of my all-time favorites. She's, like, the Poirot series, like...
Amazing.
Like, totally art. We like, so mysteries and stuff. Even in movies, I love mysteries. I really like thrillers and psychological thrillers. And, like, some action movies. And I don't know, my taste in movies, like, I like a lot of different things. But if I had to, like, group my taste into, like, a specific one where people would understand is, unfortunately, the hipster genre, pretentious genre of movies.
Pretentious movies.
Yeah, because that's the only way, like, I can explain it. Because they're like, oh, like, what are some of your favorite movies? And I list, like, 5 movies I can think of. And then, just because one of them is in French, they're like, oh, so you like foreign films? I'm like, yeah, but not only, you know? It's, like...
Yeah, like, I guess it ranges for me as well. Like, I like a lot of different... Also, like, stupid movies, just movies that don't make any sense, but you still watch them.
Like rom-coms and
rom-coms.
Cringe binges.
I used to hate rom-coms, but over the last like 5 years probably, or like 4 years, I've been like, rom-coms are great, dude.
Yeah, like the worse you feel about your life, the more rom-coms you like.
Yeah, exactly. That says a lot.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, and there's also, like, I have, like, you know, you get, like, cringe binge stuff and, like, guilty pleasures where it's like, oh, God, I don't want to admit that I enjoy this, you know? But I actually can't think of any sort of guilty pleasure I have. And maybe, like, watching Two Broke Girls, but that's not, like, it's not much of a pleasure, because, like, it's more like guilty pain.
Oh, my God.
What was that laugh?
I don't know. This is my laugh.
This is my podcast laugh.
This is my laugh. Like, even my friends at uni are like, what the fuck is that?
Oh God, my laughing, like, before I used to laugh like a donkey. Nowadays, my laugh has just turned into this, like, bizarre... How do I even explain it? Like, it makes you laugh. Like, it's just,
like a wheeze.
It's, like, something between, like, a wheeze and a car engine starting.
Yeah, but, like, a car that doesn't work.
Yeah, like, you know, your car's out of gas and you're like... That's not what my laugh sounds. Jesus Christ. That's not what it sounds like. You guys will probably see at some point when I fucking lose it. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm sick. I've had this cough for quite a while now, but I haven't gone. I should go to the doctor probably.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, this is the quality material like people signed up for. But
should Sarah go to the doctor? Yes. Okay.
Tell Sarah to go to the doctor. Wow, I hadn't thought of that. You know when you ask people for like advice or something, not like advice or just like just any question, like you know, you ask them like or just like a statement. Okay, this is sounding like terrible. You know when you say something to which one person can respond in this way. It's like, you know, they give you like an answer where it's like, oh no shit, I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sorry, I was just like grouping the whole thing together.
Yeah. Like advice that's so stupid, like oh, I should get dressed. Get dressed then.
Yeah, exactly. I hate that so much. Like, you know, like, if it's like, yeah.
I'm upset. Oh, don't be sad. Okay.
Oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite thing.
You cured me, dude.
I feel like crying. Don't cry. Like,
oh, great. Perfect.
Like revolutionary advice. Like start like selling self-help books or something.
It's also like on Instagram those like don't do for the drawing things. Like they just draw like a fucking masterpiece on the do side and then don't they draw a stick figure and you're like fucking great. Like
yeah, like what have I learned? Like what knowledge have I gained? Like just don't be bad at drawing. Like give me some tips. You know, it's like how to be healthy. And it says like don't and do, and like the first one is like a person just like shoving butter through every orifice, and then the other image is like a healthy person exercising. Like no shit, thank you, but how do I go from like butter kink to healthy?
Dude, for sure. Even like the threads, like it's like oh, like if you're depressed, stay hydrated.
Oh my god, yeah. Twitter, like the Twitter, Instagram threads are something else. Like,
dude, it needs a separate episode.
Like, it needs its own entire episode because like they're just so weird.
They're so bad. Like
I mean, it's not just like the fact that they're bad. They're just so weird because I can't tell if they're satire or not. Yeah. Because like some of the stuff, like when they just say like use healing crystals, I mean. Yeah. Maybe some people like genuinely believe in that stuff. That's totally fine. That's your belief system. But like, it's weird to me because not like everyone is like, oh, yeah, healing crystals, you know?
Yeah, like, and no one has healing crystals fucking lying around.
Yeah, exactly. Where do I go? Like my local healing crystal market? Like,
yeah, totally. Like.
You know, there's like a lot of weird shit that we like and talk about, and one of I think my favorite things, like to talk to Sophie about, is the parental guide section of IMDb.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that is, you know, it's just like I don't know. I don't really like watching trailers like before watching a movie. I prefer just reading the synopsis. But like. I get like, you know, I'm just like, oh, they have like everything on IMDb, like even stuff you didn't ask for. And then you go into the parental guide section and then it just says like, maybe if I'm watching something scary, like I check it to know like, you know, how scared am I going to get? Because I'm a pander. Like, like I watched The Exorcist recently and I was like shaking for 2 hours.
Yeah, like it's very funny, especially when they write how many swear words and what swear words they use.
Oh, that's the best ones. It's like 3 mentions of the word fuck, 1 cunt, half a goddamn, and it's like what?
Yeah. And sometimes they don't even write fuck; they just write F.
Yeah, they write F. It's like what's the F word? Yeah, frolic.
Could be 2 different.
Maybe.
Different words. Yeah.
Yeah. So, good times. That's good times, man. So one other thing I have on the prompt, I was in class when I was writing these prompts, and I was like thinking of funny titles for it, and so one of them, you were like, please no. We started a podcast, in parentheses, gone wrong.
Yeah.
But you vetoed it. The other one was 2 girls, 1 mic.
Okay, I guess we'll go with...
No, it's just, like, writing these, like, dumbass titles. Because, like...
Yeah.
You know, I want people to know that, like, you know, we're dumbasses. But, like, listening to this podcast, like, you know, if you've made it this far, that kind of, like, that does show that...
Yeah. I don't know what would be an appropriate title.
I don't know, it could be anything. Comment down below. Let us know. Let us know what you guys think we should title this video. And we'll pick one of it and we'll title it. Like, you know, you guys won't be able to, like, see this after we've uploaded and titled the video. Like, here you go. But yeah, a lot of our friends, like, have, like, told us, like, I mean, at least, like, a lot of my friends have told me that, like, hey, Sarah, you should start, like, a podcast or something, or whatever. And, like, mainly when they suggest that, it's, like, with another person who I happen to, like, be really funny with, either because the other person's ridiculous or the other person, like you, it's just, like, you know, we click, dude, we click.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, Sophie's my total bromo. Like, for real, like, I mean, I always, like, talk so much nice stuff. I feel like I'm, like, advertising you on, like, some dating website. Like, I'm your reference. Like, you call Sarah for reference. So, yeah, I'm calling from lonelyhearts.org. And this was a reference for a review on Sophia. And then, like, I just, like, go off on this rant. And they're like, are you two involved? And it's like, bitch, no. That's incest.
Dude, that would be weird.
But
imagine, like, me putting your phone number on my Tinder, like...
Yeah, as, like, a reference.
Yeah, like call here if you want to know more.
It's like, call for a good time, your phone number. Curious before your good time. Dubious for a good time, call this number.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Pretty much. So let's talk more about us, Sophia.
Okay.
We actually go way back because apparently our fathers are friends, and we hadn't known about it.
We didn't know about this. Like, it happened when my father dropped me off at Sarah's house. And your father came out. Yeah, for prom. And your dad came out. And my dad was like, wait, is that Mr. Sam? And I was like, what? Because I didn't know your dad's name or whatever.
Oh, like, my God. That's so, like, I will never, like, my dad was so excited. He was like, oh, is your friend Sophie's dad here? And I was like, yeah. He was like, okay, I'll go say hi. Which I was like, okay, that's normal. But he was so happy. I was kind of like, what?
But so he knew that he was my dad?
Yeah, he knew that. And that's what I found weird. I was like, why didn't you ever, like, say anything?
Yeah, that's so strange because my dad was like, wait, Mr. Sam lives here? Is Mr. Sam's daughter? Like, what?
That's actually, we're not just doing this for anonymity. Is it anonymity? Is that the word? Anonymousness? But that's actually how Sophie's father refers to my dad.
Literally.
Mr. Sam.
Mr. Sam. He was like, so is Mr. Sam, that's Mr. Sam's here? Is Mr. Sam's house? Like so, like, excited / confused / like, I don't even know. And I was like, who the hell is Mr. Sam? Like, I was like, who is that? And then I realized he meant Sarah's father. And yeah, that's
so funny.
That's the first time I found out.
Yeah, we were already friends for like 2 years at this point. Like, best friends.
Yeah. Like,
and that's so weird.
We didn't know about this?
Yeah, and like, we did best friends.
I think it shows how, like...
Yeah?
I think it shows, like, my dad doesn't listen to me. Like, when I... Like, because
our fathers are actually amongst the reasons we started bonding as well. Before we even knew. Just, like, ridiculous things.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite stories is, like, the one, remember you were playing backgammon with your mom?
Yeah. Dude, okay. The one with the beetle?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
It's like, it's still etched into my head because I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, my dad, like, came in from outside and literally had a beetle and, like, on his palm, I guess, or, like, in, like, a jar or something, and he literally just put it
He went on a walk with a jar? What the fuck?
No, like, I don't, or a cup or something. Because, like, he would sit outside, like, drinking whatever, like, you know what dads do, drink all the time.
Typical. Fathers like to stay hydrated.
Like, he put it in, like, a cup or a jar, or not a jar, like a cup, I guess. And he literally comes and he's like, let me show you something. And he, like, throws it on the board. And I just, like, I'm like, what is this? Like, what are you doing?
Oh my god, holy. That's like one of my favorite stories because, like, I remember getting that message. It was like, dude, my dad just brought a beetle home, and I was like, what? Like, it's such a weird, you don't really hear about beetles much anymore.
The Beatles or Beatles?
No, like like the insects, like, you don't, like, I think that's what made the story so much weirder for me, because, like, if it was, like, a spider, or, like, a weird worm, or a caterpillar, cockroach, but, like, beetle, it's such a... Maybe that's why your dad grabbed it, because he was like, oh, a beetle.
Yeah, I mean,
happy birthday, Sophie.
Nice looking beetle, but, like, I don't want that on my board, dude, you know?
It's like, hey, we're just trying to play some backgammon. You know?
And, like, I mean, my dad does so much. Like, when I say I'm scared of spiders, he, like, literally buys a toy spider for my brothers and makes my brothers chase me.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
With the spider toy, and I'm like, hey, father.
It's like, what is this for? Why did you really have kids? He was like, oh, a stand-up comedian was too expensive. Like,
honestly, I don't even know.
Our dads are, like, the kind of people who listen to, like, those stereotypical, like, I mean, okay, I love my dad, but, Dad, you're fucking weird. You know, you're never gonna be listening to this, but I'm sorry, you're just, like, really strange most of the time. Like, I mean, oh my god, what was I even saying? But, our dads are, like, the kind of people who, like, first of all, my dad watches The Big Bang Theory because he enjoys it as a show. So that kind of explains his
I can't believe
personality. And he actually laughs at the jokes. Like, he laughs with them, not, like, at them being cringy. So, my dad's a strange man. But, like, I feel like our dads are the kind of people who would, like, laugh at those, like, the male comedians who've been around for a while and they've, like, developed a following even though they've stopped being funny.
Oh my god. Okay.
Who always, like, make jokes like, women, oh, am I right? And then all the guys are like, woo, woo, and they laugh, and it's just, like, it's not like I'm not being like, oh my god, it triggered me as a woman, this joke is inappropriate. Not like that. It was more like, oh, but that's such a dumb, like, that's the kind of joke that you make to your friend, and your friend just goes, oh. Like the exhale through the nose. It's not even like a chuckle-worthy joke. It's like, okay, yeah, funny. So it's like it's those kinds of jokes, but then they get these, like, insane, like, reactions from the audience, like they just said something groundbreaking. Like they're the Russ of the dad world.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. No, like, my dad definitely, like, he always has these, like, anecdotes that he, like, like, when you're, like, when it's someone's birthday or something, and they're all, like, been eating for, like, 3 hours, and, and then it's time to say his, like, toast or whatever, so he just, like, says his anecdote, and, like, the whole table goes wild, and he's just, like, so proud of himself.
Oh my god.
But the anecdote is not even funny, I mean, to me, anyway.
Yeah, like, my dad, he has this, like, I mean, he has a good sense of humor, actually, when it's spontaneous, but sometimes...
Yeah, same with my dad, but yeah.
Sometimes, like, you can tell something is kind of rehearsed, or that he's done it a lot before, when it's, like, he expects a reaction out of you straight away.
Yeah.
Like, but my dad has this thing when he wants to, like, laugh at something that wasn't that funny, but instead of just being like, oh, haha, whatever, just, like, a nonchalant chuckle, like, he has this fake laugh. But dude, I'm not even, like, kidding. It sounds like a very, like, deep voiced shriek.
What?
It's like like that's actually what he sounds like. That's his fake laugh. Like his real laugh is like really loud and kind of similar, but it's just like it's.
He sounds like my aunt's husband.
Oh wow, Dad, where have you been off to?
Dude.
My mom's laugh is very distinct. It's like, especially when she's like tipsy. It's like, it's always funny, but like, it's like, oh. That's literally how she laughs. My brother's 14, but he still laughs like an infant. Like, you know, like the distinct way babies laugh?
Babies laugh?
What the fuck? You have like 2 younger brothers.
I know, but like, do they laugh? What do you mean babies? Like, toddlers or babies?
Babies laugh. Toddlers laugh too. Babies to toddler age.
Babies is like, okay, like recently, like, my cousin was born. Not recently, like he's like almost a year now.
Recently.
Okay. I don't know how old he is actually.
Recently my cousin was born. He's 25.
Okay, he's like a year. No, maybe not. Like maybe 9 months old.
Mm-hmm.
But like, they don't laugh. They're just like, like
that's a laugh.
They make weird noises. Like it's not a laugh. They don't know.
No, but babies laugh. They kind of do that. Like, like that kind of laugh.
Oh, that noise.
Oh, that noise.
Like, but do babies know, like, why they're laughing? Is that
because it was funny, dude? Babies aren't self-aware.
Do they know, like, what the...
Dude, even people our age are not self-aware. How do you expect babies to be self-aware?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, they can't laugh. They don't know what this... Sometimes babies laugh at stupid things. Like, you literally fall and they start laughing at you. Like, babies are cruel sometimes. I mean...
Dude, I'm sorry, but, like, we laugh at dumb stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, like, for example, if I want to try and make my cousin laugh, right?
Yeah.
He will laugh if I get punched in the face, right?
Yeah, I'd laugh if you got punched in the face.
Yeah, but, like, for example, you would laugh if I got punched in the face, but you would also laugh if I did something funny, right? Or if I made a joke, you know?
Well, yeah, but babies, like, they don't have the concept of language down yet, so you can't penalize them on a skill that they haven't acquired.
But if I, like, do something funny that's not getting punched in the face, they're just like...
Well, maybe you're just not baby funny. I've made babies laugh without words.
Like, it depends. Like, I guess sometimes you have to... It just annoys me that, like, you have to, like, get hurt for them to laugh. Like,
oh my god, dude, what babies have you been around?
My cousins, bro. Like,
that is horrifying. I can assure you that babies, they're not... I don't even fucking know anymore. I've made babies laugh without getting hurt, so, I have no idea.
Fine. Kids are better. Like, kids when they're, like, from 3 to, like, 7 years old, they're chill.
Only if they listen to you. If they don't, they're the most annoying age group to be around.
No, I think from, like, 7 until, like, 18.
I'd say from 7 upwards, going to the 80s and 90s even, that's when they start getting annoying.
Dude, I don't know. But what I hate the most is people from the age of 12 till 17. I fucking hate this age group. I hate this age range. They're so, especially in Italy.
Yeah, oh my god, especially they're so, like, I mean... They're so bizarre. We live in Italy. I live in Milan, so he lives in Florence. But like the tween to like young teenager groups here are so weird. Like they're trying so hard to be like their image of like American style, like like pop culture. Like it's so weird, and they can't really do it properly. So it feels so like try hard.
Yeah, also they're so rude, like, for no reason.
Yeah, they think they're funny.
Yeah.
They think they're being funny. They're just like, oh, yeah, like, let me be, like, stronzo or whatever. And just, like...
Yeah, like, they're just...
Italians are weird people, though. I mean, I love them, but, like...
Dude, Italians? The other day, actually... Okay, this... Like, I don't want to offend anyone when I say this. But the other day, I was watching this video. It was a true crime video. And then I was just scrolling through the comments. And this person wrote, like... She's like, oh, like... Okay, I don't want to fucking offend anyone. But this person wrote in the comments, like... Because this true crime thing happened in Egypt. And she was like... Egyptian men are very, like... You know, like, not judgy, but, like, they'll look at you, especially if you have blonde hair, blue eyes. And then she wrote, like, they'll try to make advances towards you, whatever. And then she's like, and this is coming from me, and I'm Italian. She's saying, like, that Italian men are so, like, I don't know, like, do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Like, I think if you're, like...
You pass them, and they go quiet, and they just stare. Like they
don't have to say anything. Like, so many, like, this isn't like one of those like social justice warriors, like, don't look at women, you know. It's kind of like it's weird. You can sense their eyes on you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and like, no matter like what you fucking look like, who you are, like what you're fucking wearing, they stare at you. Like, and it's not just because I'm like, don't fucking stare. Like, no one can stare at me, you know?
Yeah, it's like, I don't want anyone to be looking at me. Just, like, treat me as invisible, please.
Yeah, like, no, it's because it does get uncomfortable, especially, like, because, I mean, we're, like, girls, like, I mean, guys as well, but, like, girls, we're always scared of...
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's, like, it's so much weirder.
Yeah, we're always terrified of whatever.
Yeah, it's like, why are you looking? Like, I can't tell, like, if I have, like, shit on my face or, like, you know, my tits are hanging out or, like...
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's, like... But, like, I mean, I do like Italians in general. Like, they're such funny people in a way. Like, they're so nice...
Yeah,
but
they're
like,
so nice. They're so
then
friendly.
Sometimes they can get they're very pessimistic people, even the nice ones.
Yeah, but they're friendly. They're pretty friendly.
Sorry, I'm sick, guys. But you know, they're really friendly. It's actually like, I think adjusting here like wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be.
Yeah, I think compared to like some other European countries.
Yeah.
Like, for example, one of my friends, she studied in Vienna, in Austria.
Yeah.
And she says that the people here and people there are so different, that the people in Austria are so closed. Like, they're also pessimistic. But, they're just so close. Like, no one wants to talk to anyone. They're so grumpy all the time. Like, here... I can have a conversation with, like, the barista or whatever, you know, if I want.
Yeah, and sometimes, like, they're the ones who started or keep the conversation going. They're like, it's like a nice type of like group of people to be around. Like even someone I knew from high school, they were studying in the Netherlands, and it was just so hard for them to adjust. They they changed like they moved like to England or something. I'm not actually sure, but so yeah, so like I know like a lot of people, like even in like, for example, like England and stuff, who've had trouble like adjusting. Like, still to this day, but, like, you know, for us, and we have this, like, language barrier, we have to, like, neither one of us had, like, spoken Italian, like, before moving to Italy.
Yeah, like, I haven't never even been to Florence.
Yeah, like, my first time in Milan, like, when I was coming to move here, the first time I stepped foot in this country was the first time. Like, I mean, I'd been around Europe, but I'd never been to Italy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But, like, it's bizarre, like, how quickly you're able to adjust. Like, I'd say, like, more, like, mentally. Like, maybe, like, physically, you'll have, like, a lot of shit to do, you know? I don't know whether it's, like, you know, that deserves its own episode. Like, Italian bureaucracy. The whole bureaucracy things, and those aside, like, mentally adjusting in, like, being like, okay, people are friendly and helpful. It just kind of makes all that, like, shit you have to do, like, when you first move to a place so much... easier because you're like, oh, like, you know, people are like acknowledging that I'm here, you know, people are trying to help, which I think is great, you know.
No, it was very difficult, like, to adjust, kind of. I mean, it's easy to adjust mentally, but yeah, physically, it's just like...
Yeah, like, especially for you, because you changed universities, like, three times. Three times.
I changed... In the first week I was here, I changed apartments twice, and I changed...
Oh, God. Your apartment stories gave me anxiety, honestly.
Dude. And then I changed, like, uni last year. So I was like... Because literally I was like, okay... At first I was like, are all the unis here this bad? Because the first uni I went to was like, I was like, what is this, you know? And the second one I was like, okay, what is this? But I'm like, I can't change now. Okay, let me just wait a year.
Yeah.
But then now the uni I'm in is great. And
that's really good, yeah.
So it was worth it, probably. The thing is, like, the fact that, I mean, I'm kind of proud that I did this all kind of on my own. Like,
yeah.
I moved on my own, like, you know, I didn't...
Yeah, you had to do, like, a lot of shit, like, by yourself, and, like...
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you, man. No, but, like, I really, like, just, like, envy, like, how well you were able to, like, you know, just, like, deal with all this stuff and you know,
but yeah,
do it.
my apartment, like, yeah, it's just, like, everything was just, I think because there's a lot of tourists here and a lot of students, I think people like, especially apartments.
Yeah, like the age, like I'd say like the most common age range in like Florence would probably be like, you know, I'd say maybe like 16 to like 25-year-olds.
Yeah. And I
like,
think that agencies take advantage of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they really take advantage of that. Like, they're like, oh, you're, like, this person is stupid. They don't even know, like, the language yet.
Yeah, like, yeah. Especially, like, when you're, like, an international, you know, they try to, and then you're like, bitch, no. Like, I remember, like, one time, like, it was one of my favorite things. What was, like, the description of the house? The one with the private balcony. The private garden, sorry.
This was, like, I was looking, like, I was desperately looking for an apartment. And I was looking on, like, different websites because I was like, I don't want to stay with my agency, you know? Yeah. Just because there's been so much problems with them. And I look at on this website and, like, I open, like, every apartment that comes up, I just open it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for anything at this point. And literally this apartment, it was, like, I can't even call it a fucking apartment. Like, fucking private garden. That's what we're gonna...
That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, and it said, like, no, like, unfurnished, no bedroom, no bathroom, whatever, but has a private garden.
It's basically a private garden with a room to rent.
Yeah, like, with a room, and it's like, gee, what am I gonna do with all this nothing here? You know, like, literally not, like...
all this nothing.
Like, it was just a private garden, and I don't even know, like, okay, I guess, like, if you want to rent for an event or whatever, you can rent this private garden, you know?
Yeah.
But still, like, there's not a kitchen, there's not a bathroom, there's literally...
That was so funny you told me that, and I was just like, what the fuck? Yeah. And, like, the lady kept making the agent, like, the realtor or whatever, kept making a point of the private garden.
Yeah, exactly.
And you were like, but I need to live somewhere. She was like, but have you seen the private garden?
and there was, like, this... there was this other thing that literally, like, you know how you can put photos of the apartment? Like, people, you know, like, that's how I know if I want to see it or not. This person literally just put a close-up photo of the floor. Like, with flash. Like, with flash. Of the floor, close-up. Like, dude.
What the fuck?
Dude, I'm not
a close-up picture of the floor with the flash on?
Yes, it was just like parquet, you know, like...
Oh my god, but that's so...
Yeah. And I was like, what is this? Like, who...
Holy
like,
shit.
Yeah, looks fucking promising. At least there's flooring, you know? Like,
oh my god. Like, when I wanted to, like, rent... Because, like, at first, like, I was, like... in the dorms, and then like second year is when I like moved out with like a couple people in my university, but like we wanted someplace close to the university. It wasn't that hard, but like one of the houses we were getting, like it would have been like the perfect house. It was furnished, the furniture looked nice, the kitchen had a weird smell, but like the kitchen was nice. It was like a nice place, and it had air conditioning. It would have been perfect. And we were ready to go through with that one, but like out of nowhere, like apparently the husband and the wife wanted to get a divorce, and the wife got the apartment in the divorce, and she's like, I don't want to rent it to them. We're like, oh shit, now we need to start looking again. But then they were like, no, you can rent it. So when we were like, okay, cool, let's do this, again, the wife was like, no, I don't want to rent it.
She just kept changing her mind.
Yeah, and the thing is, so we lost like 2 apartments in the course of that like month because like she changed her mind and she wouldn't let us in. We were like, oh, we have it now, no worries. Then she was like, nope, sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we got this place, and I really like this place, even though our landlady is literally insane. Like the day like that we got the keys to the apartment, she was like, oh, you guys, like when you sent like your advance, like your 3 months advance of rent, you didn't send the right amount. And we were like, oh my god. She was like, so can you pay it now? And we were thinking like, I don't know, maybe like we sent like 100 euros less or something. And we were like, because you know she made such a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
We were like, how much? She was like, 2 euros. And we were like, 2 euros each. She was like, no, in total the 3 of you owe me 2 euros. It's like around like 66 cents per person. And we were just staring at her, and we couldn't tell if she was fucking serious, because what the fuck?
Yeah.
We just looked at her, and like, you know, and then like luckily the realtor lady, she was just like, oh, don't worry, like we'll work it out, don't worry. But it was so weird. Like she's so, I don't even know.
They're so weird here about this. Like,
yeah, about certain stuff, they're
rent,
like,
like I get it, like I have to pay the rent, but they're so like, your rent is due like in one day. You have to come exactly at this time and pay it. And I'm like, dude, like seriously?
Didn't they like they threaten you once?
Yeah. Once they were like, because of this late. Okay, fair enough. I was like 10 days late or a week late or something.
But like even a week late isn't that long.
Yeah, like you know, they should like people are like a month late, you know, for their rent.
Yeah, exactly.
But whatever. And then they were like, oh, because of this, we have to take drastic measures. Like we don't want to take these drastic measures, but we have to turn off your electricity and your light and everything.
They pretty much, that's a threat, literally. Like, we didn't want to do this, but we have to. That's what they said before they shoot you in the back of the head, man.
Literally, like, we didn't want to do this, but you're giving us no choice. And I'm like, how the, like, you can wait, like, a day, I'll pay it. Yeah, and that day I emailed them back, like, also, like, when you've been with an agency for such a long time, like, they should know by now that you're not gonna, you know, bail or whatever.
Yeah, and, like, I mean, exactly, like, what do they think you're gonna do? Like, they have all your information and everything.
Dude, they have, like, photocopy of my permesso for all my passports.
That's exactly, so what do they think? You're just gonna run away and steal an identity over, like, a week's rent? Like...
Exactly, like...
Dead ass. It's so weird, some of the ways things work here are so frustrating, but like they're actually funny. Like in a way, like in hindsight, I say, because in the moment you're so pissed off at how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
But
sure. I mean, the pisses every time it pisses me off.
Every time, like there's never been like.
Like I don't think I get better at it either. Like I mean, last time. The lady was just like, wow, like, she has everything. Like, she has her files, you know?
Yeah, like, the thing is, for bureaucracy here to, like, work properly, you need to be helpless. Because if you know what you're doing and would make it easy for them, they will not do your work. If you're, like, if you're struggling and you need to go to them every 5 seconds, believe me, your problems will be solved. Because they're literally just gonna, do it for you. Don't take my word for this and try it by, like, you know, waiting, like, last minute to, like, file your, like, I don't know, visa or whatever, and then hoping the other person will do it for you. You know, but, like, it's pretty much how it works here, and it's so funny and great.
Yeah, like, exactly, when I went for the first time to get it, and I went to the police station or wherever you go, like, you know, and I walked in so confidently. I gave my, like, photocopy of my passport or whatever you give them to the police. And I was like, I'm here to get my permesso, bitch, you know?
Yeah.
And he literally looks at me and he's like, you need to photocopy this, and this.
Oh,
bye.
My God.
And I was just like, God damn it, you know, like...
God damn it.
Like, it's really true when, like, you can't be, like, dude, I got this. Like, I'm here.
Yeah, you need to be like, please help me. I will literally die in 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
And that will like always work in Italy.
You know what I hate? You know what I hate about the permesso? Is that so for example, like you apply, right? You send the kid, whatever. Then you get an appointment like 3 months later.
Yeah.
And this appointment, I don't know how it is in Milan, but in Florence, you literally every time you renew your permesso, you need to get your fingerprints checked first. And then like 3 months after that, you get your permesso.
Oh yeah, no, that's how how it works here. Remember, like for me, like last time it happened, like they forgot to take my fingerprints and they called me and they had to like run back.
Oh, yeah. Like it's so annoying because like shouldn't you already have my fingerprints in your system?
Yeah, they need to renew it, I think, every year then, or just like check it, you know.
Yeah, I guess you give them your photos and you give them and you just do the fingerprints and then you wait like another 2 months or 3 months.
Yeah, it takes quite a while. Like for me, they forgot to take my fingerprints. That's the only reason you have to go to the police station. So they take your fingerprints. That's it.
Yeah,
that's literally the only reason you go there, and just like to show that you actually have the documents or whatever. But then I went home and they told me to come, and I live like almost an hour away from them. So like they were like, oh, but we're closing in 45 minutes. Miraculously, I managed to like get there in time, and like the guy was like, "Oh, I didn't think you'd come," and I was like, "You literally called me and said, hey, could you come right now? We're gonna be closing soon, and we forgot to take your fingerprints." And he was like, "Oh, I didn't think you'd come," and he was like ready to close. I was like, "No, I'm here."
Yeah, and they literally close like on the second they're supposed to close.
Literally, sometimes they even close early. Like if it's like empty, they will literally close with 5 minutes to go. But opening, no. Opening, they take their goddamn time. I have never been to anywhere. I'm not even I don't think I have ever actually been anywhere in Italy, like at the time something was supposed to open and where they actually open.
Dude, the pharmacies.
Oh my god! Like even our like the university libraries, like it's like opening at like 8:30. You're there like literally 8:30. They're not open. 8:31. Not like 8:37. They finally open the doors.
Yeah, exactly. Like.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think we've talked for like an hour.
Yeah, I'd say I was about to say like, damn, this was good. So yeah, this was the first episode of OK Martini. Let us know down below what we should title this episode, because Sophie doesn't like 2 girls, 1 mic. I think that's funny.
Call it. I mean, it's
it's funny, you know. It shows like us, like, you know, we're satirical, we're fun. You know, that's why the original like the vlogger clickbait title. We started a podcast gone wrong.
We started a podcast gone wrong.
You prefer that over 2 girls, 1 mic?
Yeah.
It should be our channel description. All right. So thank you for listening, guys. This has been Sophie and Sarah, and we bid you привет.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment, and please share this.